The Shure SM7B and SM58 are two legendary microphones that sound excellent for recording voice and instruments. You've probably noticed that there's a dramatic price difference between the two. In this video, you'll learn what to consider to decide if the SM7B is worth paying that extra money. But if you're new to this channel, welcome. My name is Kyle. If you want to learn audio production online, subscribe to Audio University.
This is the Shure SM7B. This mic will cost you about $400. It has a frequency response with a roll-off below 80 Hz, a slight dip in the low-mid range, and a slight boost around 5 kHz. This is the Shure SM58. This mic will cost you about $100. It has a frequency response with a roll-off below 150 Hz and a boost from 2 kHz to 9 kHz.
Both the SM7B and the SM58 have a cardioid polar pattern. This means that the microphones pick up sounds best from the front and reject sounds from the rear.
This is the Shure SM7B in close proximity. This is the Shure SM7B from about 6 inches away. This is the Shure SM58 in close proximity. This is the Shure SM58 from about 6 inches away.
When using these microphones to record voice, the SM7B is much better in its ability to prevent noises from P-pops and other plosive sounds, especially when speaking in very close proximity to the microphone.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
The SM7B requires a lot of gain. I'm using a Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 interface. It's turned almost all the way up for the SM7B. For my voice, it's enough, but just barely. If you're recording a voice any quieter than mine, you'll need either a more powerful preamp or an inline booster such as the Cloudlifter or the Royer dBooster. Most audio interfaces will provide sufficient gain for using the SM58. For audio-only work, looks don't matter. But if you're doing a video podcast, you may prefer the visual aesthetic of the SM7B over that of the SM58. The SM7B is an icon in video podcasting, whereas the SM58 is most often thought of as a stage microphone. A mounting option that allows easy adjustment is especially important for podcasting. The built-in mount is the only option when using the SM7B, and the SM58 comes with a standard microphone clip. Both of these options are easily adjustable, but you'll also want something that you can adjust without creating a lot of handling noise.
Adjusting the position of the SM7B causes a low-frequency rumble that can be mostly removed with a high-pass filter. The SM58 experiences very little handling noise when used as a handheld microphone. However, when adjusting the SM58 on a microphone stand, it does experience more noise.
Both of these microphones are excellent choices for a variety of applications. You really can't go wrong. But here are my recommendations. If you're going to use the microphone for live sound applications, I absolutely recommend going with the SM58. These mics are incredibly rugged and durable. If you're looking for a multi-purpose utility microphone, I also recommend going with the SM58. It can be used in almost any situation you'll encounter. In fact, if you're buying your first microphone, I recommend everyone's first microphone should be the SM58. If you'll be using the microphone for recording vocals or for podcasting, the SM7B is definitely worth the money, and here's why. I believe the SM7B sounds more natural for recording vocals and spoken word. It's also much more forgiving of poor microphone technique. The SM58 tends to accentuate the noises caused by gusts of air from human speech. And finally, the SM7B is just more practical. Its form factor and its mounting solution create less handling noise in situations like podcasts where frequent adjustments will be made. You can find links to check out both of these microphones in the description of this video. If you got value out of this, hit the like button and consider subscribing to Audio University. For more content like this, visit audiouniversityonline.com.